Can you hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good
Good
evening,
evening, sir.
sir.
Okay. Everyone joined or anyone is still pending? Everyone joined the call. Should we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen.
It's visible.
It's visible.
Perfect. So, uh, sorry. Oh, font. Okay. No need. No need. Is it fine? Perfect. So yesterday, what I tried to discuss was the core concept is inside the CDS. So what SAP has introduced code push down technique, code to push down inside a CDS view, code data service, right? So this select statement, we have written multiple join statement and loop it, then multiple things we have done. So instead of doing that, what we have done, we have created a CDS view, and inside that CDS view, we have uh, incorporated, we have pushed down the code inside the CDS view. Now, inside the CDS view, the business logic is already being written. Okay, done. Now, so what I will try to do, this CDS in our, for the timing you consider that our requirement, this CDS is uh, having all the business functionality. Okay. So here one more thing we were not able to achieve yesterday. That is very simple thing we missed. What is that? So this one, uh, okay. So whenever we are doing any manipulation for the currency field, the this one we did the casting to decimal. Again, we do need to do the casting. Okay. So cast. What is casting? What is casting? Anyone? Anyone? What is casting? Exactly.
To change the data.
So one data type to another data type, right? So what we have done, this uh, total, I mean this net price, we have converted to decimal 13 to 2. Then whenever the total calculation is done, then again we converted that to net price. Okay, NETPR. We can directly use the data element here, or we can use like this above cardio, above core, whatever the length. Okay, like this up dot URL above dot currency. This one is length, this one is 13, and decimal places is 2 decimal places. We can use like this as well. Okay, so anything is comfortable for you, we can use that. Done. Now, so whenever we use the data element, what happens? So the, okay, let me show that it will be more clarified. Let me show that total. What is that? Total price. Okay, here it is not showing. Okay, let me show that in SC16N. SC16N, the CDS view is, this one is my CDS view, right? So you can see here, now you can see this total price is not having any description. This is the technical name it is giving. Whereas the rest of the fields derived the text from the data element level. That is why if we will use the data element over here, then it will extract the uh, text from the this data element, right? So that is what is the main functionality. Okay, now if you'll see, you can see this concept you know for the why it is not coming. It's not activated or not. Okay, so this concept is from okay, so this one is currency. Actually, we are doing a casting, so we are not inheriting the data element. For that, another concept is there. Okay, so I'm not going focusing more on the CDS view. I just wanted to show that the business logic, whatever we have written inside the program, this logic we have incorporated inside the CDS view. Okay, we can do multiplication, this kind of thing, multiplication, then currency conversion, then quantity conversion, all those functionality we can do inside the CDS view. Okay, now, now, what is the difference between inner join and association? Anybody know what is the difference between inner join and association? Anybody? What is the difference between inner join and
Sir,
association?
association means is joins on demand. You
Joins
can
on
provide the
demand.
yes, sir.
Exactly. It joins on demand. Okay. So whenever we are using the association, instead of this, if I will use association, then what is the cardinality? Here we need to give the cardinality. What is that? One. So for each
One
of
two.
the EKQ, for each of the EKQ, because of I am giving only EBLN, so it will have multiple line items, right? So 1 is to n. Okay. So 2, sorry, 1 to star. Star. Here I need star. Sorry. Then we cannot give this. So whenever we use the association, we generally give the underscore. We generally give the underscore. Okay. So this is the best practice. So here instead of association, sorry, inner join, I will use the inner join as well. Okay. So it will be, sorry, association. Okay. So in this case, it will be 1 to 1 or it will be 1 to n, 1 to 1, right? Because in
One
LFA1,
to
the
one.
primary key is vendor. So that is why it will be 1 to 1. Okay. So this one will be underscore vendor. Okay. Now, what I'm trying to do, simply I will comment this and I will give underscore PO item and underscore vendor. Okay. Now what will happen? See, here it is PO item. This one will not be the primary key. So what is the objective? Okay. So what happened? Underscore. Okay. Here also I need to change it to underscore. Here also I need to
On
change it to,
projection,
yeah. Sorry.
on projection, right?
Projection. No, we are using association here. So when we need to use the projection at the time of whenever we have parent child relationship. Okay, so here we are using simply association. That is why we are not going to use the projection. Okay, so what will happen? So let me show you the output of this. I close this, run. Now you can see only the EKQ information is EKQ data is showing. Then what about the EKPO and vendor? What about that? So if I right click on this and follow association, you can see there are two associations are there. Okay, these are the two associations I have created. So this is what is the on demand. Okay, so whenever I need, then only it will hit these two tables. Okay, so EKKO and LFA1, this one will be hit whenever I need. For example, I need this, I double click on this, then corresponding to this particular purchase order, whatever the line items is there, you can see over here only one line item, right? So similarly, if I will go back and I will click on any other follow association, then vendor, then you can see only one vendor is there, correct? So only one vendor. Against this vendor, it is having this one. So this is called the on demand. Okay, so whenever I need this, then only this value will be, this select query will work. Okay, so first time it will extract only from the EKKO table. Okay, now it will go to the association. Okay, so whenever I need, then association will work. This is also part of CDS, but this concept is required for me to explain more about the wrap concept. That is why I'm trying to add that in the business logic. Okay. Okay. Now my EKKO, EKPO, LFA1. These tables. Let me take one more table also. I have taken in the association, that is 1 to 1 to T001 as company code. Okay. So what is that? PO. Okay. So okay. Someone was telling about the correct. Someone was telling about the projection here. Mm, the projection. Someone was telling. Okay. I'm giving that. Sorry. Is equal to company code dot bookers. This is also we can use, or to get the runtime data, we can use dollar projection. Sorry. Who was telling? Who was asking?
Yeah,
Who was
it's
proposing?
like on projection dot bookers equal to company code dot bookers.
Correct. Thank you, Radha. I know. Ah, because this one will be, correct. This one will be reverse. This one will be reverse. This one will be reverse. So, what is the concept of this? This projection means during runtime, what is the value? It will extract that particular value. Okay, so that is what is the projection will be. Okay, and the previous approach is also same. Uh, we can use that as well, but this one is more appropriate. Okay, done. Okay, now let me remove all those details. It will not. It will just avert the confusion. Activate this now. Now I want to expose this data. So many of you may have think that it must be a root view entity. Okay, so I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Can I do this? Can I expose directly this one? I'm going to create a service definition. Okay, shared st underscore po details, purchase order details. Okay, so I will take this next, then finish. Yeah, so this is define service, one line of code. This is how we expose any of the CDS. Okay, this one will expose any of the CDS. Now, on top of that, we need to create a service binding, jet UIPO details, purchase order details. Then here we need to take the call whether this particular service is going to use OData V2, or this is going to use V4. Okay, either V2 or V4. So in SCGW, whatever the service we create, we generally create in V2. Right now, SAP is uh, supports V4 OData service. Okay, this is the latest service. Now, if we'll select this, see here one
Excuse me, sir.
constraint is there. Sorry, yes,
Sir,
yes,
is this
please.
section is recorded?
I am not sure. I'm not sure
If
anyone
it's
started recording or
recorded, then
not.
it's be okay.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
okay. So whenever we are selecting this V2, see here, there is some constraint. If you are using the implementation type managed without draft, and you want to use Fiori elements, you use OData V2 to expose your service. In all other scenario, OData V4 is strongly recommended. Okay, what it means? It is saying that without draft functionality, if you want to expose the service, then you use the V2. Now, what is draft functionality? So whenever we do some changes, you may have seen that the data stored somewhere, right? So, for example, we are writing one email. So we written half of the email and we close it. So it remain in the draft. It remain in the draft. Did you remember that? So similar kind of functionality. We have a screen. We have a big screen where we are doing some modification, and in the meantime, the power cut is there or some disturbance. I mean, there is some interruption. Then in that time, the data will store somewhere. Whenever you will open the application, the data will be loaded from the draft. That is what is the draft functionality. Okay. Now, if you want to expose, if you want to make your service editable, but you don't want the draft functionality, you don't need the draft functionality, then you can use the V2. You cannot enable edit functionality without draft whenever you select V4. It is mandatory that you have to use the draft functionality. Okay, this is why one of my application took 2 months extra. We have completed our development. Finally, they told that we don't need, we don't need the draft functionality. So that is why from V2 to V4, I have to convert it from V2 to V4. Then took very long time. Okay, so this thing, remember. Okay, so if you don't need the draft functionality, then V2. If you need draft functionality, then go with the V4. Okay, so if you
What is
clear
draft
this, that,
facility?
sorry,
What is draft facility?
that is what I am explaining from that moment. Okay, so whenever we are writing one email, have you seen there is a draft?
Yes.
So what is that?
So whenever you are means if you are not send, it is not sent or it will be saved in the backend. Whenever you need, you can send it back like that.
So whatever
If you
you have written, you have written half of the email. It
yes
remains as it is, right? You
yes
left it, or the power cut is gone, there is internet is gone, or anything will interruption, any interruption will happen, then it will remain. It will not lost, right? Your half email will kept somewhere, and whenever
yes
you are opening the email, opening the your Outlook or whatever. So it is again you can start writing from that, right? So that is what
mm,
is the draft functionality. So whenever
okay
we're doing some modification, suddenly I close this. So
mm,
I'm doing some edit, right? Whenever I will
mm,
come back, this data will store. No, it will not store. It will not store. Whenever we are creating a application and it is a very huge application, so half of the details already filled, and suddenly someone went somewhere, left the system for 15 minutes, and whenever he is coming back, the it is auto log off. After 10 minutes it is auto logged off. So what will happen to the data? Lost, right? But if it is
Yes.
draft enabled, then it will remain in the draft. As soon as you open the application, you click on edit button, all those details will come back. Okay, that is what is the draft functionality. We will
Okay.
see that in practical. Okay, you will have more
Okay.
clarity. Okay.
So V4 will be supporting draft facility.
Yes, V4 will support draft functionality. V2 also support. V2 also support. But V2 is saying if you don't want draft, but the screen will be editable. You don't want draft and you need editable. Then you should select this V2. Okay, so if you read this, that is what is written. Okay, so this is about the web API. Okay, this is about the web API. And what about UI? So if you want to, I mean, whenever we select the web API, whenever we select the web API, it will create one OData service, but you cannot add the UI annotations. It will not visible. You cannot preview. Okay, so I'm going to use the OData UI. Okay, OData UI. So that is V for UI, so that we can use our whatever the UI annotation we will use inside the CDS view. Everything will be display. We can, I mean, label. We can change the label. We can add the V4. I mean F4 functionality. Many more things we can do. I will show you. Okay. Today we will discuss about the UI annotations. Okay. Okay. Mm, Next, what I am trying to do, first I have created the service service definition. Then on top of that, this is my service definition. On top of that, I am creating the service binding. Simply, I am just creating a simple service binding. Okay, and I'm saving this. Click on finish. Done. Now I have not activated this. Okay, I have not activated this. So what is this? This is my service. Okay, this is going to be my service. So if I will go to what is the T code for service maintenance for OData?
IWFND main underscore service.
Yes. So that is for V2. That is for V2. Okay. IWFND V2. Okay. This one we generally use for V2. Okay. So let me open the keep open for both. Okay. This is what is my service. Okay. Let me try to search it. Is it there? It is not there. Okay. Let me try to search in V4 as well. Okay. This one is for V4. Okay. Let me try to check. There are a couple of all the standard services. If you see, most of the standard services is started with UI underscore. Okay, that is why I have started use the Z UI. Okay. So here a couple of Z UI is there. 4 Z UI is there. But what I have created Z UI, that Z UI PO details. Is it there? You don't find that. You don't find that, right? Z UI PO details is not there. Let me activate this. Okay, I have activated. Now it is activated. Still is it there? Let me refresh. Still is it there? It should not. It should not. Okay, it will not be there. Okay, still you will not find that GUI. It is not there.
Screen is not visible for us.
Sorry,
Your full screen is not visible.
its screen is not visible.
Decode whatever you are searching. No, let's say it is maybe I'm not sure if it is same for everyone.
We're talking about this one.
Yes, yes. Now it is okay. So if you
So this
try
is
to
the
exit this, previously we were not able to see that.
okay, okay. So now, is it visible for everyone? Please,
Yes.
if you are facing some problem, please let me know. I will stop. Okay. So I otherwise it will be waste of time. Can you see my screen now,
Yes, yes.
everyone? Yes. Okay. So
Yes, yes, sir.
now, if you'll see, so here my ZUI, this is not there at least. Okay. So I have already activated this, but ZUI PO details is not there. ZUI PO details is not there. Okay. Now you can see here it is unpublished. So as soon as you click on publish, so what will happen? Because of this is V4, it will appear over here. Definitely it should be appear over here. Okay. Did you remember whenever we create a OData service, ZUI, where it is? ZUI PO details. See here, this one. So did you remember in ment service? In ment service, we need to register. We need to register that service, right? So it is equivalent to that. We click here the add service, then we give that service name, and we need to register that, right? Same whenever same thing is happening over here. As soon as I publish this, you can see that this one will be appear in the over here and allow. I hope you are familiar with this particular screen, right? So for V2 also, we are using the same screen. Now we can see entity set. What happened? Why it is not showing? Entity set. See ZPO details. ZPO details. From where it is coming? From here. ZIPO details. So does is it looking good? It doesn't looks good, right? So we should not show the technical name. This one can be used outside of our SAP system, right? We should not expose our data like this. So what it should be? As your details, okay? Your header details, okay? So your header details, okay? Activate. Simple. I didn't do anything. Simply I used it as this. Now you see. Now will it reflect immediately? Let me check. Yes. Okay. Understood? Simple. Earlier we were following many steps. We were following many steps. Now we can see this PO details. Run this. Are we getting all the data? Are we getting all the data? So these are the fields in my CDS, right? These are the fields in my CDS. What about my PO item and vendor? We will discuss. We will discuss. So if you'll see the metadata, you can find what is this. These are the part of associations only. Okay. So the OData service is created. So did you remember whenever I have created the service binding, at that time I have selected OData before UI. I have selected OData before UI. Now you see this preview. I click on preview. It will take some time. This is the first time I'm running this, so it will take some time. Anywhere you are not able to see or any problem you are facing, just let me know. I will stop. Okay. Why it is not opening? Must be open. Let me close this and one, or right click on this. From here also you can copy the query element a preview URL. I copy it from here and I will open the uh, now can you see it is asking for the credential. Okay, so this is what is the SAP credential we need to give over here. We need to give the SAP credential over here. Done. Why the data is this is OData UI service URL. Anything is not activated, something like that. Should not be. There is association not used. This is not the reason. This is not the reason. Front-end service some dump I am getting. It should not be the reason. Still, let me check. Oh, not secure. Okay, so this one certificate details. So this warning message I have to turn on warning, or what is that? Okay, so how do I proceed from here? So because of this warning, it is not allowing me to proceed. Not secure. Aha. Okay. Okay. This is in. Now it's loading. Why? Why it's not getting? Must appear.
Hello, sir.
Not secure certificate. Now it's coming. Something is happening. Start without your data. Not this one. Some configuration is missing, or there is some system problem. In the morning, I was facing the similar problem, and let me close everything first. This system is, not responding. Morning also, I was facing similar problem. The browser is having some problem. Yeah, I didn't do anything. Okay, so this is problem with the browser. Okay, so now there are no visible column. there is no visible column. Very much straightforward answer. Okay. So if I will click on go also, you'll see there are no visible columns. If I will click on settings, you can see all those columns are here. All those columns are here. Okay. So you can align this purchase document and everything. We can do this. Okay. Purchase document and then company code. I want to see in this particular sequence. Okay. Click on OK. Now the data is directly exposed. Okay, we can directly use this service in our UI5. Okay, we can create one Fiori element and we can directly see this. But do user accept that you will click on these settings, then they will select this, they will organize this, and they will do that. Do they accept that? No, they will never ever accept that particular things, right? So what next? So how do I customize the this particular by default this will purchase document in this sequence the data will come, and also not only that. Okay, so I want to filter with purchase document currency whatever the fields are there, I want to filter that. Then also I can filter based on that, for example E001. Okay, so here F4 is also not working. Okay, so I want to filter with E100. Oh, sorry, one E001, E001. Okay. So now you can see it is filtered with E001. Not only that, if you remember correctly, we need to handle the top and skip whenever we were working in OData, right? Whenever we were working in OData, we need to, hey, what happened? Whenever we were using OData, we need to handle the top and skip, right? So if you'll see in console, not console, where network tab now. Sora is good enough in this. So where we see that the batch in the network now. Yes, network. Let me clear this. What is where it is? OData filter, yeah, OData. Okay. So here it is batch. Okay, here is the batch call. And here, if you see the payload, see, count, get this, and see here, skip 0 and top 30, right? So I scroll down, see, you'll get another batch call. See, you must, why it is not filtering batch, na? Dollar batch. Why the second call is not there? Must be there. 0 to 0 and 30. See, let me try again. Why the batch call is not there? Let me remove this. No, not here, I think. This Internet Explorer, I don't like. That is the reason. Network performance. Not here. Network tab only. Okay, let me run the application in here. It is running in. That should be a batch call, huh? 1 minute, please. Okay, okay. Uh, okay. Then the session is going to expire. Okay. Yeah. So this stop and skip is handled automatically whenever we are using the RAP programming model. Okay. Today I plan to show something in UI. Should we join the call again, or we will continue tomorrow from tomorrow? Yeah. So we will continue tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know why this batch call, we can see the batch call, but you can see, okay, you can observe here, see, three dots are coming. Till it is not there, three dots are coming, see. So whenever you will scroll, three dots are coming. So each time it will the top and skip, automatically this one will be handled. Okay, so this call will be handled automatically. Okay. Okay, then we will see. Okay, okay. What I wanted to show here it is. See, yeah. See here. Skip 300 and top 30. Scroll down. See next call, next batch call. This is 330 and top 30. I will run again. See next batch call. It is next 30 record 362 top 30. Okay. This is what I just wanted to show. Okay. This this thing is also taken care by the RAP framework automatically. We don't need to worry for this. Okay. So if I will start the annotation, then it will take more time. If we will rejoin the call, then we can continue. Otherwise, we can wrap up the call for today. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Then we will tomorrow we will see some UI annotation. Okay. So that then we will proceed further from next sessions.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.